is to be fought over 5 3-minute rounds, and is for the Flyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Mike Perry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Full Contact Contender 6. Brad Walton here at the commentary position with Iron Jez Cook. And this is the first of our FCC title fights in the amateur division. It's Conor Hignott, our flyweight champion, making a return to FCC. And he's taking on the challenger, Mike Perry. Jez, refresh our memories. What do we know about FCC Flyweight champ Conor Hignott?
Well, Conor, long-awaited return from him. We'll break that down a little bit, Brad. I just want to give a quick introduction to Mike Perry here. He's on his way in first. Mike Perry is an extremely accomplished striker. We know that about him. He's got a good record, 4-2, coming out of Manchester Predators. He's a very, very tough opponent. Certainly the guys at Hammer aren't underestimating this guy. This is a real threat. It's Conor's first defence since he beat Chris McMullen at FCC 3. But this is going to be a great match and a very, very tough fight. It's going to be, I have no doubt, possibly fight of the night. I mean, let's not take away from the fight earlier we saw, but this has all the ingredients to be an absolute cracker.
You know, I've seen Mike Perry fight before, and the one word I would use to describe him is aggressive. Very, very aggressive fighter, very scrappy. He's got one gear and it's straightforward.
And whether or not Conor can deal with that, Conor's still a very, very young guy. Some people don't realise he's still only in his teens. He's a good all-round fighter, but whether he can deal with this pace and this pressure, and no doubt about it, Mike Perry wants his title.
Absolutely. Yeah, Perry struggled with the weight yesterday. Eventually got there and our title fight's on. That could become a factor, you know. Conor's corner were very insistent yesterday. They wanted this to go ahead as a title fight because they wanted this to be all 5 rounds. They're looking for a 5-round fight. They're looking to wear Mike Perry down and wear him out. And you know, when you get these hyper-aggressive fighters like Mike Perry, taking them into deep water is often the best way to beat them, because they're usually not as aggressive in the 4th and 5th as they are in the 1st and 2nd. And I think that is going to be Conor Hignett's game plan going into this fight tonight, Jez.
But he's going to need to be at the top of the game to stifle Mike Perry.
But you know, Conor himself, a very dynamic striker, and we saw that against Chris McMullen.
And if these guys stand and trade, we're going to be in for a real treat.
And his opponents, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Conor Hignott.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it's our FCC Flyweight Champion. As I'm sure you can hear from his walkout tune, it is indeed the new sensation, Conor Hignott. Jez, break Conor Hignott down for our FCC fans.
Yeah, well, he's a pleasure to watch, isn't he? He brings so much to the cage. Since winning the title at FCC, he's had a bit of mixed fortunes. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. It's taken him to 9-2. But 9-2, and for the age of this guy, unbelievable. But he's so calm and so collected, very relaxed. He just went with the flow yesterday at the weigh-ins. Wasn't fazed by any of the pressure or any of the hype that surrounds him, and it's justifiable hype as well. But yeah, we'll see whether he's got the tools of the trade to beat a very, very difficult opponent in Mike Perry.
Conor Hignott looking very focused there, coming into the cage. Extremely focused.
One thing we must also mention about Conor, since he had his fight at FCC, he's had a real nasty injury to his left ear, didn't he, Brad?
Well, he was actually supposed to make his pro debut on FCC 5, and a couple of days before the fight, one of the worst cauliflower ears I've ever seen. His ear pretty much exploded. I've genuinely never seen anything like it, and obviously Conor couldn't make his pro debut. He wanted to fight. There was no way we'd medically clear him.
No, and
he's opted instead to remain in the amateur division, defend his FCC belt. I'm sure a pro debut will be in his future, but for now, it's Conor Hignott defending his FCC flyweight title.
This will be fought over 5 3-minute rounds. And it's for the FCC Flyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to the cage with an MMA record of 5 wins and 2 losses. Representing Manchester Predators, Mike Berry. And his opponent across the cage is the current reigning and defending flyweight champion. He comes to the cage with 9 victories and 2 defeats, representing Hammer, Hignott. Our referee in charge of the action is Dean Ware.
This flyweight title fight sponsored by SP Security, providing door and event security across the north. As you can see there, one of Hammer's sponsors. If you want to get some more information about them, you can visit their website at www.spsecuritycontractors.co.uk.
And referee Dean Weir starts this flyweight title fight. Mike Berry looking the bigger of the 2 gentlemen in the cage right now. Conor Hignott looking a little bit smaller. Possibly going to have the speed advantage, the dexterity advantage, as they trade leg kicks to start this flyweight title fight. Nice combination from Conor Hignott there, finishing with a lovely right low kick, forgive me. Targeting the thighs of Mike Berry.
Just what you get with these flyweight guys, some electric pace, electric speed, real snappy shots.
2 nice shots from Mike Berry there, left and the right, both connected. He's pinning Hignott against the cage now, trying to drop some knees to the head. Hignott defending well.
Yeah, nicely covered up by Hignott just to prevent any damage from those knees, because a steady flurry of them from Mike Berry.
Generating some real power with those knees against the cage is Mike Berry. Switching now, changing levels for a takedown. Hignott trying to dig in to defend, doesn't manage it, and is taken down by Mike Berry in the first round here, Jez.
In this scenario, we want to see, Conor really come to his own. You know, he's great on the ground. He trains with a great team. We know all about the Hammer guys, Callum Gagan, top quality ground game.
And Conor Hignott switching for a knee bar there, trying to roll underneath. He's got to be careful when you switch for a knee bar. You do leave your head open, and Mike Berry taking advantage of that now, and dropping some big shots.
Yeah, you don't have to invite Mike Berry twice, do you?
You certainly don't. Hignott now raising those legs, perhaps looking to get a triangle, but he's ended up in full guard.
Yeah, Mike Berry's going to have wants to have a nice posture here, try and get away.
Hignott controlling the wrist there. Berry breaks free and lands some big shots. That's big ground and pound from Mike Berry. Nice up kick from Conor Hignott though. And again, Hignott switching for that knee.
Yeah, trying to.
And now going for the arm. Conor Hignott looking for the armbar here. He needs to get his leg over the face of Mike Berry. He doesn't think he's going to do that from this position. No,
Berry doing well, looking to kind of just close a gap, not giving him any space, which is what it's all about when it comes to grappling.
But he had the arm, he had the leg in front of Mike Berry's face there, but Berry able to pull out.
Needs to be careful here.
And Conor looking for an omoplata. He's locked that omoplata up. He's not going to get a submission from it from this position, but he could use it to sweep Mike Berry. Or at the very least, control his posture. He's got that arm firmly locked up between his legs, causing a bit of a stalemate at this point, is Conor Hignott. Looking to use the cage to walk out, but Mike Berry now in side control, looking to isolate that arm into a crucifix position. Doesn't get it with only 10 seconds left. What can Mike Berry do to end this round strongly? Land some big shots. And Berry dropping some big hammer fists to end that first round. And Jez, our FCC champion, Conor Hignott, in a little bit of trouble here at the end of that first period.
Yeah, an impressive start there from Mike Berry. He said earlier, Brad, he was going to bring it, didn't he? You know, he likes to force it, he likes to put the pressure on, and he absolutely loaded up on Conor Hignott, got him into a strong position. Conor doing well, keeping nice and busy off his back, but Mike Berry had a clear answer to every single position and was finding a way through with that ground and pound, really softening Conor up.
Now, Conor McGregor's coach yesterday said they want a 5-round fight because that plays into their hands. Possible, we're going to see that now. Conor's looking to take Mike Berry into deep water because he really struggled in that first round, but how long can Mike Berry keep up that kind of torrid pace is the question that's at hand here now, Jez.
I don't know. I mean, he looks okay at the moment, doesn't he? But you know, it's still the first, and there's a long way to go on his fighters yet. Let's see what his conditioning is like.
We've seen guys win 3 or 4 rounds and then end up losing by TKO or submission in the 5th. If that's Conor's game plan, then you know, who knows which way this one's going to go. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Conor's got more experience at his title level, hasn't he? That's the thing. You know, whether Mike's prepared to go into the 5s, you know, if he's not had a lot of opportunity to actually put a game plan together like that, you know, he gets taken into his dark stages and yeah, comes unstuck. But yeah, all to see here. We're only in the 2nd, a long way to go as yet. Oh, spinning kick from Conor McGregor there. Yeah, Mike Berry's face is marked up as well. Conor Hignott, sorry, not Conor McGregor. Mike Berry's got Conor's neck. He jumps into that guillotine. This is tight.
Very tight.
This is really tight. Mike Berry taps out Conor Hignott. Unbelievable.
And obviously a lot of concern here just for Conor. That was an extremely tight guillotine there. Great awareness from Mike Berry. Jumped and pulled the guard, had Conor's neck, sunk it in, and that was really, really deep. Tightened it up so quickly, and yeah, new flyweight champion of FCC, Mike Berry.
Mike Berry with a lightning fast guillotine choke there. He caught the neck.
And a worthy champion.
He jumped guard, tightened that guillotine up, and he's obviously done some damage to the neck of Conor Hignott here. Obviously hoping that Conor Hignott is okay down there. Our paramedics tending to him at this moment in time. But let's not take anything away from Mike Berry. A fantastic performance there from Mike Berry, and he is a very worthy new FCC Flyweight Champion.
This is the center, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, after 37 seconds of the 2nd round, your winner by guillotine and new flyweight champion of the FCC, Mike Berry. And let's hear it for Conor Hignott.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the winner of that last fight and our new FCC champion, Mike Berry. Mike, how are you feeling after what was basically a fantastic performance?
I feel pretty good considering. I felt a little bit, not tired, but a bit. I've had a long time off. You know, I've not fought for a bit, injuries, people pulling out and so on. So this has been quite, with the weight cut and everything, because obviously I dropped to flyweight, it's been, took my mind off the fight, but it's been quite exhausting to say. Only my missus knows, she had to go through all this stuff with me, so thank you, babe.
Oh, we were talking to Conor's team yesterday. They said they really wanted to push this fight into deep water. Were you looking to finish it quickly?
Not really, though, because I've got the cardio to go all 5 rounds. But it's only a 15-minute fight, 60 moments, and pro amateur, pro, whatever. You have to put